Okay, everybody connected here. Give me just a second. Okay, I am live everywhere now. All right. So today I'm kind of going, kind of still the same direction I was going before, but I'm just kind of going back to it as I've had a bunch of questions recently, real estate, which I've been very forthcoming that is something that I do. So I just wanted to get on here and give you a tip. I've had several people ask me about optional. Some of the scenarios have been one of them is they were moving a parent out of their longtime home and to just downsize her stuff because she was just going to move into an assisted living place and didn't know, kind of what to do with all of her stuff. They were wanting from it. The other one was a couple who are going to move into their camper and start living full time. What differences there were, what options they had for that because they're selling their property, so there's all different kinds of downsizing. It just okay. So that's what my title is today is options for downsizing, what works best for you. Okay. So we all know a long time, we typically accumulate a lot of stuff, right? Some stuff have a lot of sentimental value. Some stuff does not, but sometimes it can be figure out what you want to do. After the family takes what they want or what you want to give them, that kind of thing. What do you do? A lot of us realize it has some sort of value, especially if you're going to go and live in an assisted living, or if you're going to go live in a camper, or if it's just that stuff is worth something to someone. Okay. So you just got to kind of figure out what works best for you and how much stuff is what it's going to be to, cost you. And is it really worth it? Is the stuff really have value to it that you think it should? So not sure what's happening here. Oh, there I am again. Okay. So sorry, went blank on Instagram for some reason, but anyway, so I'm going to give you 3 options that you can do. And it's just kind of picking what works best for you and what is the best option for you. What's the easiest for you? Okay. So the first, have a garage sale, and that is just what it sounds. You're in charge of it. You advertise it. You decide what everything is worth and, go from there. Okay. And you price it, you do everything. So you sort through it, you price through everything, that kind of stuff. Now, be a big problem if they have a lot of collections of stuff that people don't want to take on, like I know something that's different from my generations is earlier generations had this nice big set of fine china or 2, like that was a thing. I don't have a set of fine china of a lot of people that do anymore that have a set of fine china. So, and if it is fine china, what is it worth? I know I wouldn't know what something like that would be worth. And I search all of that stuff on the internet, but they're going to give you like a price range of stuff. Okay. So you just kind of need to kind of look around and assess what's it worth. It may just, if there's just odds and ends stuff after, the family gets what they want, the kids, the grandkids, whatever you're moving to. Okay. There may not be enough stuff there to worry about paying somebody a portion, but it's just a good way to kind of get rid of everything. And of course you have to get rid of, okay. So then there is what they call an estate sale. Okay. My best way to describe this is it's kind of like typically this is hired out. There are people that you can hire locally, a lot of communities have that where they will come in and they will throw away what is just junk, and they will, like that fine china, they have a good idea of what it's at worth. The other thing is book collections. A lot of us don't have books anymore. We read them on tablets and that kind of stuff. But if the person has a lot of, what are these books worth, and who can they sell them to? Are they worth anything? So you just kind of need to look around and be like, okay, well, I feel like this is worth some. And depending on who you go with, a lot of times it doesn't cost you anything for them to come in and meet with you and go through everything. And if you have a few pieces of nice furniture, or if you have or your parent or grandparent or whatever has nice furniture, china collectors items, or where they'll tell you what that is worth. And a lot of times they will tell you whether it's worth coming in and doing it or not. Okay. And then usually they work off of a percentage of the sale. So if they have a sale and they get everything, whatever you bring in from that sale, they get a percentage. However, but they advertise it. And a lot of these people have a lot of these, or, companies that do this, they have people that follow them, and they know what some of their people are looking for. Okay. Doll collections, all those kinds of things, right? So they will advertise it. They'll get it out to their people, to the people that follow them. Some of this stuff is worth, and they're going to advertise that for you. And basically you may have to help find people to help work it, but they'll come in and they organize it and set it out and they do everything. The only thing that you have to maybe do at the end, and it may depend on the company and the price, is you may have to figure out what to do with what's so you may have to figure out at that point, does it need to go to the dump? Does it need to go, to a charity? Where does it need to go? Okay. Okay. And then there is an estate auction. Now, my understanding, the difference between the estate sale and the estate auction. Now, to me, so I'm just going to explain it to you the way it was explained to me. A lot of times you'll see an auction if they have a lot of stuff. And a lot of big ticket items that are going to draw people to come to the auction. Typically around here, there is like a farm auction because they have machinery, they have all that kind of stuff, all those big ticket items that they want off, and they will work on getting you the best price. They can do auctioneer. They'll have the auctioneer. So basically you would hire them and they come in and they'll do it for a percentage. They'll help you get it organized. And then they'll tell you, kind of help you get everything in boxes. That's why when you go to like an auction versus a lot of times, sometimes you'll see people you'll hear people say, well, I went to an auction and I wanted one thing out of this flat of stuff and it cost me $2. So I just am getting rid of the rest of this stuff. So those happens at the estate sales, as well as they'll flat it up and they'll say X amount for the flat. But, you kind of see it a little more common, or at least I have auctions, okay, is where you'll just get a flat of stuff, okay. But again, you'll see people they usually have their followers, stuff is worth. They can kind of give you an idea, and they will usually tell you if you don't know which side of the coin you're going to be on. Maybe you need to interview what I have, and a lot of people will do the same. A lot of these places will do auction and or sale. So, it's not a big deal if you have more than one person come out, if there's more than one person. So that's just kind of a quick overview of what estate, garage sale, estate sale. And so it depends on, my advice is if you are emotionally attached to some of your things, but it has to go, Okay. Maybe it is good to have somebody else at like an estate sale and with a friend. And, the cool thing about it is they work the sale, but at the same time, the gentleman that was in charge of everything, like for people wanting to make a deal on it, she didn't have to deal with that part of it. She just sent them to them and then they made the deal on it. Because if it's going to hold value, you're going to want to maybe take $10 for it, but that might be all that it's worth. Okay. So I feel like it left illegal. And so it means something more to you, but it's really not worth much. Okay. So, but I just saw that kind of alleviated the pressure. And I've seen, I just had the privilege to watch that first, but I've seen that with the auctions as well. Is like if you're emotionally tied to your stuff, then sometimes it's auction, come in and do it and take care of it. And you just keep the items that you want to keep. If you're just downsizing, maybe to move into a smaller you just keep the item you for sure you want to keep, and then the rest can just be gone and go. So I hope that kind of clarifies some things for people, and that kind of puts a little clarity on, depending on where you are, you'll just have to research it and just, you can Google or, just search, estate auctions, and people will, things will come up for you, and just start calling people and interviewing people and have them come out and see what you've got. And it may not be. And a lot of the ones that I have worked with, I had the ability to work with, they were able to tell people, hey, here for us to even make it worth our time, and for you to so just have a garage sale. Just get what you can get out of everything and be good. So, they're not going to do it if it's not some benefit them as well. Okay. But it does take the pressure off of you, especially if you are grieving a parent or a grandparent or somebody, and if you don't have the time that it needs to be done, because these estates need to be closed in a certain amount of time. If you just don't have the time and it's just something that needs to be done, it's a good outlet of that as well. So I hope that all helps with you guys. If you have any more questions, guys, when I say that I'm giving away this one-on-one coaching questions, it can be anything that you want it to be. You can talk to me about any, personal problem, or, if you want something coached through, if it's realistic, happy to answer any questions that you have there. If I am still giving away the one-on-one free coaching with me. So go ahead, you're watching, and then I'm going to put those names in a hat and I will draw them on Thursday. Because remember, I will not be here tomorrow, as I am going to be with family. So I'll be back. It may be a wonky time on Thursday. I do have a vet appointment for my horse that I need to go to. So it may be early. We'll come to you live on Thursday. Also, if you're seeing this video for the first time, I am Rhonda Niehaus. I'm a real estate agent. So, if they have, or if you want any more content like this, please march over to my free Facebook group. It's called Women Writing a New Chapter. The name may be tweaked here a little bit just because I have had a flood of real estate questions. So I'm going to work on combining the group and combining, just watch for that. It may change, but the link is always below or always attached. So go ahead and grab that link and pop over and answer the questions to get in. And then if you're watching me, or you're not watching me on YouTube, excuse me, pop over to YouTube, click subscribe. It's Help Me Rhonda. Click subscribe and the bell. And that way you'll get places that somebody is live. Like I said, it's been kind of a toss up recently on which one gets notified first. Okay. So I hope you guys all have an talk to you guys on Wednesday. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.